Hello mga kapangarap, kabalitaan at kakampi. Welcome sa ating 5th video para sa subject na Special Crime Investigation. No? So let us continue the presentation. Okay, so question or first question for this presentation. Which among the following is considered as the spirit and soul of the Philippine National Police as the primary law enforcement agency of the country? Letter A, Intelligence. Letter B, CIDG, formerly CIS. Letter C or Charlie, Police Communication. And Delta is Police Community Relations Group. No? So ano nga ba yung considered as a spirit and soul? Parang kaluluwa. Sapagkat ito yung nagsisilbing moral booster para sa ating mga kapulisan, no? At ang sagot po dito ay yung pong Bravo, yung pong CIDG or formerly known as CIS or Criminal Investigation Service, okay, ng Philippine Constabulary. Okay? So, CIDG, ladies and gentlemen, or Criminal Investigation and Detection Group, is responsible for follow-up investigation of cold cases, no? Yan. And it serves as the moral booster of the Philippine National Police, wherein if the members of CIDG have solved a cold case, then definitely tataas po ang moral noong pong ating kapulisan. Yan, no? Yung pong intelligence ay meron din pong bansag yan. It is considered as the nerve and cell of the police force, considering that the intelligence group of the Philippine National Police is responsible for collecting and processing of information like our nerves. Diba? So yun po yung dahilan kung bakit tinawag siyang nerve and cell of the police force, no? The police communication serve as the backbone of police tactics, no? Because tactic is useless without communication, no? Then yung pong police community relations group serve as the deodorant of the police force, no? Which conduct or strengthen the relationship of the law enforcement service sa ating komunidad, no? And of course, wag nyo rin kalilimutan yung pong police patrol, no? Which is considered as the backbone of police operation. Marami pong nalilito dyan sa backbone of police tactics and backbone of police operation, no? Pagka backbone of police operation na nagsusuporta sa halos lahat ng activities ng ating kapulisan, that is patrol. Pero kung ang tanong ay backbone of police tactics, yan po ay communication. Dahil wala na nga man namang silbi ang iyong tactic o estratehiya na naisip kung hindi mo naman ito kinommunicate doon sa mga gagawa, no? Yan. Pero wag niyong kalilimutan yung pong directly related sa subject na ito, yung pong CIDG or Criminal Investigation and Detection Group is considered as the spirit and soul of the Philippine National Police, which is responsible for conducting follow-up investigation, no? Yan. Okay, so let us proceed to next question. Okay, so this is just a recap of our FCI, pero mabilisan lamang, no? It is a desired characteristics of an investigator to endure despite of many obstacles that he may face during the course of investigation. Letter A, integrity. Letter B, endurance. Letter C, perseverance. And Delta, intelligence and wisdom. Bilang isang investigador, ano nga ba yung pong yung desired characteristics na ituloy pa rin ang pag-iimbestiga kahit maraming pagsubok na daraanan, no? Yan. So, yan po yung tinatawag nating perseverance o yung pong pagpupursige na magkaroon ng resulta ang iyong pag-iimbestiga kahit gaano kahirap at kahit maraming pagsubok. You need to persevere in order for you to arrive at a certain result. Okay? Yan, kumbaga result-oriented. Okay? Sa Tagalog, yan po yung tinatawag nating pagpupursigi. Yan. Parang yung karamihan sa atin, no? Pursigido na pumasa sa board exam. Kaya kahit na inaantok, ay nakikinig pa rin sa ating presentation. Ganun din sa mga investigador. Kahit na halos walang ebidensya, tuloy pa rin sa pag-iimbestiga para makakalap ng mga karagdagang ebidensya para marisolba ang isang kaso. Okay? Yan, yung integrity, no? Yung pong capability of investigator to uphold the law despite of many temptation. Yan. So, merong integridad ang isang criminologist at yung pong ating kapulisan. Hindi po nagpapasuhol, ano? Yan. And endurance is the characteristics of investigator to last despite of his sleepless nights and tiring days. That is the physical and mental energy. Yun po yung tinatawag na lakas ng katawan, talas ng isipan, Cobra Energy Drink. Pag meron ka nito, wala kang talo. Yan. Yun po yung endurance, no? And intelligence and wisdom, no? Yung pong intelligence and wisdom is the capacity of investigator to know, to separate grain from shaft. Okay? So, dapat alam mo kung yung isang tao na ini-interview mo ay nagsasabi ng katotohanan o kaya naman ay nagsasabi ng kasinungalingan, no? Kaya nga meron tayong subject na lie detection na sinasabi, no? In order for you to assess whether a certain person is telling the truth or not, no? Yan, parang yung yung intelligence and wisdom of Solomon, no? Intelligence is the knowledge within a certain person. Wisdom is the application of knowledge. Okay? At bilang isang investigador, dapat alam mo kung paano mo gamitin yung pong yung mga natutunan. At pag ginamit mo yon, that is called the wisdom. Parang yung ginawa ni Solomon, ano? Para malaman kung sinong nagsasabi ng kasinungalingan at katotohanan doon sa dalawang ina na nag-aagawan sa isang bata, ay muntik niyang hatiin. Or akma niyang hahatiin yung bata. Sabi ng isang nanay, hatiin na daw para hati sila. Sabi naman nung isa ay huwag nang hatiin at ibibigay na lang dun sa isang nagkiklaim basta mabuhay lang yung bata. Dahil doon, nalaman ni Solomon kung sinong nagsasabi ng katotohanan, no? So sa atin naman sa lie detection, sabi natin the number one telltale sign of deception ay gaze aversion. Yung pong hindi po makatingin ng diretso. Pero huwag ka, hindi lahat ng hindi makatingin ng diretso ay nagsisinungaling, sapagkat yung iba ay duling or normal na ganun yung kanilang paningin. Okay, so kidding aside, ladies and gentlemen, those are some of the characteristics of an investigator. Okay? So next question po tayo. It refers to the characteristics of an investigator to deal with different types of personalities. Letter A, acting activity. Letter B, mastery of oral communication. Charlie, mastery of written communication. And Delta is keen power of observation and description. And the answer for this question is acting activity. The acting activity of an investigator is the capacity of investigator to deal with different type of person, because during the course of investigation, certain investigator will deal with different person, no? Kaya nga meron po tayong subject na criminal sociology. Yan, no? And of course, meron din kayong social orientation subject or SOC-OR. In order for you to know how to deal with other person. Kasi pag nag-iimbestiga ka, pwedeng ang witness mo ay bata, pwede namang matanda, pwede namang hindi nakapag-aral, no? Pwede namang professional. Pag nakaharap ka sa mga judges, iba yung pakikitungo mo kumpara sa pakikitungo mo doon sa mga witnesses. So, ganon, no? So you know how to deal with different type of person, especially when you will conduct interview and interrogation. Yan. Then mastery of oral communication is also needed, no? That is the mastery of investigator to observe tact in diplomacy. Okay? When we say tact, no? Tact is the utilization of the proper words, okay, or proper utilization of words, okay, during the conduct of interview or interrogation. Example po, ano, sa rape victim, alam nga namang i-interviewin mo yung rape victim, paano ka ba ginahasa? O, di ba? Pwede mo naman sabihin na, pwede mo bang isalaysay kung ano ang nangyari? So, ganun. Yun po yung tact na sinasabi natin sa mastery of oral communication. Yan. Then, mastery of written communication. The investigator should know how to write the different types of reports. Kasi bilang isang investigador, ikaw po yung magpiprepare at magko-consolidate nung pong ilalagay mo sa case folder. Ikaw po ang gagawa ng mga investigation reports. So, dapat ay alam mo. Kaya nga meron pong subject na technical report writing. Ano? Yan. And keen power of observation and description is the capacity or capability of investigator to observe minute details during the course of investigation. Kaya mong obserbahan yung mga maliliit na bagay during the course of investigation because small things make a big difference. Eka nga, no? Yan. So, kasi yan, tinitingnan naman ay yung mga maliliit na bagay or maliliit na detalye na magbibigay daan para masolve ang isang kaso. Especially sa mga physical evidence tulad ng latent prints. Diba? Ang liliit po ng mga ini-examine sa part ng fingerprints in order to determine the person who left the latent prints at the crime scene. Diba? Maliit na bagay yon pero magbibigay daan para masolve ang isang kaso. That's why the investigator should have the keen power of observation and description. Okay? So, next question. It is the characteristics of an investigator to tell the truth no matter who will be hurt. No? Characteristics of an investigator to tell the truth no matter who will be hurt. Letter A, courage. Letter B, firmness. Letter C, or Charlie, working knowledge and loss. Letter D or Delta, firmness in upholding the laws of the land. And the answer for this question is Alpha. No? Kung ang endurance, lakas ng katawan at talas ng isipan, ito namang courage ay lakas ng loob na isiwalat kung anuman ang katotohanan sapagkat bilang isang investigador, dapat ikaw po ay walang kinikilingan, walang prinoprotektahan, serbisyong totoo lamang. Yun po yung lakas ng loob. Diba? At isa pa sa characteristics ng investigator dyan, or desired characteristics ng isang investigador, no, ay working knowledge and loss. Okay? Kailangan, yung pong isang investigador ay knowledgeable doon po sa iba't ibang klase ng batas na ipinapatupad. Okay? Para saan? Para alam po kung ano ang case na ipa-file sa court. Diba? Or para alam yung pong mga bagay-bagay na mag-prove doon po sa kaso. Yan. No? Okay. So, next question po tayo. It is the phase of investigation which is focused in identifying the perpetrator or perpetrators. Letter A, preliminary investigation. Letter B or Bravo, follow-up investigation. Charlie, final investigation. And Delta, none of the above. And the answer for this question is Alpha. That is preliminary investigation or also known as initial investigation, ladies and gentlemen, no? Yan. So, Kasama dyan yung pong proseso ng crime scene, no? Pag-prepare ng sketch, no? At isa sa dahilan kung bakit nililift yung mga pieces of evidence sa crime scene, ini-examine yung mga latent prints, fingerprints, mga barel. The first purpose why they are doing that is in order to identify the guilty party. Yan, at dyan nga ina-apply yung pong tinatawag na triangulation method of evidence. Dapat banggaan po yung documentary evidence, may bangga dun sa physical evidence at sa physical testimonial, no? Testimonial evidence. Yung pong tatlo, no? Documentary, physical at saka testimonial, no? Para mas malakas po yung kaso. Yan. Then follow-up investigation is also known as in-depth investigation. It is usually focused in tracing, locating, and arresting the suspect. No, siyempre, sa una, i-identify mo kung sino yung gumawa sa isang krimen. Nga, no? Pero yung initial investigation ay hindi lang focus doon po sa pag-identify ng perpetrator. Yun lang po yung pinakauna, no, na i-identify perpetrator. But then definitely, you need to identify all the actors. Okay? Kung sino yung victim para magkaroon ng idea or lead yung isang investigador para malaman kung sino po yung suspect. Siyempre, sino yung mga witnesses dahil magpe-present din sila sa court. So, ano po? Then, follow-up na is to trace the guilty party and eventually arrest him. And the final investigation is also known as latent investigation, focus eventually in providing evidence of criminal guilt. Yan, yun pong tying all the loose ends of the investigation, no? Gagawa ng report na, yan, then lalagay na is case closed na, yan, so final investigation. Okay. Yun po yung mga phases of investigation, no? Preliminary or initial, follow-up or in-depth, final or latent investigation. Tandaan, ang focus po ng initial investigation is to identify the guilty party. The focus of follow-up is to track, locate, and eventually arrest the suspect. And the focus of final investigation is to provide evidence of guilt beyond the reasonable doubt. Okay. So, next question. If you are the case manager, which of the following report will be your basis in determining whether the assigned investigator is working on his case? Letter A, incident report, Bravo, progress report, Charlie, necropsy report, and Delta is final investigation report. No? Kapag ikaw ba yung case manager, saan sa mga sumusunod ang iyong basihan para makita kung ang isang investigador ay tinatrabaho nga yung pong kaso na inassign mo sa kanya. At yan po ay Bravo, yung pong progress report. No? Siyempre, kapag ka may ipinasa, no, na report, at meron ng karagdagang impormasyon tungkol sa kasong iniimbestigahan, ibig sabihin, tinatrabaho niya yung kaso. Kapag ka wala, siyempre, hindi niya tinatrabaho, di ba? The incident report is also known as initial investigation report, no? Or ngayon, ang tawag nila ay spot report. Spot report or SR. Yan. Then the progress report accomplished after the follow-up investigation, no? Yan. Then necropsy report, that is also known as autopsy report. It is accomplished by a coroner or yung pong medical legal officer. Okay, but in other countries, they call them coroner. The final investigation report is also known as concluding investigation. Yan. Okay, so those are the different types of reports. And take note, the basis of a case manager in determining whether the investigator is working on the case assigned to him is progress report. Okay, so susunod. What are the kind of physical evidence which links the suspect to the crime scene or offense, such as the fingerprints and shoe prints? Letter A, corpus delicti, Letter B, tracing evidence. Letter C, associative evidence. And delta is circumstantial evidence. Okay? Take note, no? Bakit kasama po yung mga evidence dito sa special crime investigation? Because one of the focus of special crime investigation is to have a knowledge regarding the evidence which can be used in order to prove the case beyond reasonable doubt. It also includes the proper collection of pieces of evidence in different types of crimes, no? So, ano nga ba yung kind of evidence which link the suspect, no? So, physical evidence ito which link the suspect to the crime scene. It is called as associative evidence, okay? Yan, nag-associate sa isang suspect doon po sa crime scene. Tulad nga ng fingerprint at shoe print, no? Ina-associate na ikaw ay andun sa crime scene nung nangyari yung krimen. Corpus delicti, yung pong main description nito, it is the essential elements of the body of crime. No? Essential elements of the body of crime, or also known as the body of crime. Ito po yung mga magpuprove na yung isang krimen ay nag-exist nga. Okay? Yan, kasi ang alam lang nung iba na body of crime ay sa kasong homicide. Lahat ng krimen ay meron pong body of crime, no? Sa homicide, syempre, homicide nga, may patay. So, ibig sabihin, isa sa essential element doon ay yung pong may patay. So, kailangan po nung photograph at saka autopsy report nung namatay, di ba? Kasi yun po yung body of crime, no? Yan, yung death certificate niya, no? Yan. So, kung natatandaan nyo yung previous video natin, yung pong mga supporting documents na kailangang ipasa in order to in order to prove the probable cause in inquest proceeding, yun po yung mga essential elements of the body of crime, no? Yung pong mga ginamit na kutsilyo o kaya baril, yun po yung corpus delicti in homicide cases. Pagka naman theft, meron bang body of crime sa theft? No? Siyempre yung stolen property. Sa carnapping, siyempre yung ninakaw na sasakyan at yung pong certificate of registration. Ba? So yun po yung mga corpus delicti. Yung pong essential elements of the body of crime of different types of crime. No? Then yung tracing evidence, evidence which assists in locating the suspect such as diary. Yan, yun po yung pwedeng maging basihan ng investigador para matukoy kung saan pwedeng magtago ang suspect, no? Kasi nakalagay sa diary kung saan siya pumupunta. Kasama rin dito yung pong identification card or identity documents, no? Yung pong birth certificate kasi andun po yung kapanganakan, di ba? Or lugar ng kapanganakan na kung saan pwede mong matrace kung saan siya pwedeng bumalik kapag nakagawa ng krimen, no? Booking sa bus, booking sa biyahe, no? Sa vapor or plane ticket, no? Yan, so tracing evidence. Okay? Then another description of associative evidence, it is an evidence which relates the suspect to the crime. Link or relate, no? Then circumstantial evidence, it is a type of evidence wherein identification is being established indirectly by proving other facts or circumstances from which either alone or in connection with other facts. Okay? So yung pong yung apat na yan ay kinds of physical evidence. At yung circumstantial evidence, kailangan ng higit sa isa na physical evidence para ma-establish yung isang facts. Ayan. Okay? So, susunod na tanong. Tungkol naman ito sa physical evidence pa rin, no? Yan. Or types of evidence, sorry, no? It pertains to the kinds of evidence. Question. It pertains to evidence of different kind that tends to prove same fact. It pertains to evidence of different kind, iba't ibang klase, which tends to prove same fact. Letter A is cumulative evidence. Bravo is corroborative evidence. Charlie, circumstantial evidence. And Delta is direct or positive evidence. And the answer for this question is corroborative evidence. Okay? Ang corroborative evidence, ito na yung iba't ibang klase na nagbanggaan na sabi natin, yung triangulation of pieces of evidence. No? Meron kang physical evidence na tugma doon po sa testimonial evidence at ganun din sa documentary evidence. So, iba't ibang klase na isang katotohanan lamang ang pinapatotohanan. No? Then, cumulative evidence. It refers to evidence of same kind that tend to prove same state of facts. Cumulative, na ipon-ipon na parehas na klase ng ebidensya. For example po, testimonial evidence. No? Testimonial evidence lahat. Kaso nga lang, 5 tao yung nagte-testify. So, that is a cumulative evidence. Okay? Yan. So, ano nga ba daw yung mas maganda? Cumulative, corroborative. Siyempre, corroborative. Kasi magkakaroon ng triangulation of evidence, magbabanggaan yung tatlong klase ng evidence. Diba? Then, direct or positive evidence, it prove facts directly without the need of any inference or presumption from the word direct, no, or positive evidence. Next question. It is an extrajudicial or maybe judicial evidence which falls short as direct acknowledgement of guilt. Letter A, admission. Letter B, confession. Letter C, judicial evidence. And Delta is extrajudicial evidence. No? That is called admission. That is alpha. Okay? Yan. So, yung iba kasi ang keyword nila, direct acknowledgement of guilt. So, sa tanong, meron pong nakalagay na fall short. No? Direct acknowledgement of guilt sana, kaso nga lang, bitin pa. Diba? Yeah, fall short as direct acknowledgement of guilt. Ano ba ang admission? Admission is admission some facts. Admitting some facts. Ang inadmit mo ay mangilan-ngilang katotohanan lamang. Okay? At hindi mo inadmit yung pong guilt or yung isang kasalanan. Diba? Kumpara sa confession, ang confession po, mga kapangarap, this pertains to admitting or admission of all facts. Ibig sabihin, sa buong sworn statement, lahat ng sagot mo, oo, inaamin mo lahat. But that is confession. Okay? Or another definition of confession is the direct acknowledgement of guilt. Okay? Direkta na yung inamin mo ay ang isang krimen or isang kasalanan. Example lang tinanong, ikaw ba ang nanggahasa? Ang sagot mo, oo. That is direct acknowledgement of guilt. Diba? Sa admission, pagka ang tinanong, andun ka ba sa crime scene? Opo. Nakita mo yung pangyayari? Opo. Hinawakan mo yung biktima? Opo. Ikaw ang nanggahasa sa biktima? Hindi po. So, inamin mo yung tatlo. Yung isa ay hindi. Bitin para maging confession. That is just admission because you have just admitted some facts and circumstances. Hindi mo inamin lahat. Inamin mo lang mangilan-ngilang pangyayari. Mangilan-ngilang katotohanan. Pero kung ang inamin mo ay kasalanan, yung mismong krimen, that is called confession. Okay? Judicial evidence pertains to all testimony or documents in all things personally examined by the court or all evidence examined in front of the judge, of course, with jurisdiction and venue. Yan po yung judicial evidence. Okay? Then, extrajudicial evidence, these are evidence which is known to the courts by way of inference or presumption. Tinalaman lamang ng korte sa pamamagitan ng iba pang pagpapatunay or presumption. Tulad ng example po, no? Extrajudicial confession. Umamin yung isang tao sa police station na siya yung gumawa sa isang krimen. No? Yan. So, gagawa ngayon ng affidavit, no? Or sworn statement. Pagka nakagawa, then, syempre, maglalagay ng lagda or signature, ba? So, na magpuprove na siya ay umaamin. At maliban doon sa kanyang pirma, no? Na magpapatunay na siya nga ay kusang loob na umamin, syempre ay kailangan din ng pirma or lagda ng kanyang abogado. at kailangan din nung kanyang waiver na kung saan wini-waive niya, no, yung kanyang karapatan against self-incrimination. Okay, so yun po yung patunay na siya nga po ay umaamin doon po sa kasalanan na kanyang ginawa. Okay? So those are admission, confession, judicial evidence, and extrajudicial evidence. Yan. Next question. If you are the assigned investigator on case, then the suspect confess. You must reduce it in writing. Take note of that. Ibig sabihin, hindi po pwedeng oral, no? And if the person is illiterate due to inability to read and write, you must let his lawyer of his own choice or by the assigned counsel provided to him or her to explain the content of the sworn statement before it will be signed by him. However, if he or she doesn't know how to write, you must, so hindi po nakakasulat, anong gagawin? Let him put his thumb mark on the sworn written statement. Bravo, let the friend to sign his or her behalf. Charlie, let his lawyer to sign in his or her behalf. And Delta, let the parents sign in his or her behalf. And the answer for this question is Alpha, no? Let him put his thumb mark on the sworn statement. Okay? Yan po. That is under Chapter 3, Rule 20.1, Paragraph C and D of the POP Manual under Duties of Police during Custodial Investigation. Okay? Yan. So, tatandaan nyo ha, ang confession or extrajudicial confession must be reduced into writing. Pero bago yon, kailangan muna na mag-sign po ng waiver of right against self-incrimination. Okay, next question. If you are the investigator on case or arresting officer and the suspect confess, you must ensure that the extrajudicial confession is upon a valid waiver and must be in writing and in the presence of the counsel. But in the absence of the latter or the absence of the counsel, the presence of the following is sufficient. Okay, ito po ay ayon sa Chapter 3, Rule 20.1, Paragraph E ng POP Manual. Ano? Yan. So, sufficient daw yung mga sumusunod para sa waiver, maliban sa isa. Letter A, friends, Bravo, any parents, Charlie, municipal mayor, Delta, elder brothers and sisters. And the answer for this question is friends. So, ang exception po, friends. Ibig sabihin, pagka nag-sign ng waiver po, yung pong isang suspect na gustong umamin, pwede pong ang present po ay yung any parents, yung pong municipal mayor, elder brother, and aside from parents, mayor, and brothers, yung pong legal spouse, no? Yung pong municipal judge, district school supervisor, priest, imam, or religious minister chosen by him. Take note, ito lang po ay sa waiver. Pero pagka sa confession, no, sa sworn statement, kailangan po yung pong counsel ang present. Okay? Yan. Next question. Bago tayo pumunta sa susunod na tanong, no? Tingnan muna natin. Sabi pa dito, no? Pala, failure of arresting officer or investigator on case to follow the procedure shall render the extrajudicial confession inadmissible as evidence in any proceeding. Yan. So, dito na po ma-apply yung pong exclusionary rule. Yan, exclusionary rule. Hindi po yung doctrine of the fruit of the poisonous tree kasi yun po ay applicable sa illegal searches and seizure, no? Ito po ay hindi po tatanggapin ng korte because of the exclusionary rule. Okay, next question. When the witness or witness states that an event happened or that thing exists, this statement can be considered as a positive evidence, negative evidence, prima facie evidence, or circumstantial evidence. At ito ay yung tinatawag na positive evidence. Pagka sabi niya, andun ako pero wala akong nakita, positive po yan. Pero pagka sinabing, andun ako pero wala akong alam, ayan, that is negative evidence. Okay? Last question for this video presentation. No? Evidence which are so strong as to overwhelm all other evidence to the contrary of that which is so convincing as to amount to a demonstration and it is incontrovertible. Hindi kayang kontrahin. Eka nga, no? Letter A, secondary evidence. B, conclusive evidence. Charlie, prima facie evidence, or delta, primary or best evidence. And the answer for this question is conclusive evidence. That is bravo, no? Yan. Oh, evidence which is incontrovertible. Okay? Ang magkapares naman po dyan ay yung pong secondary at saka yung pong primary or best evidence. At applicable po yan sa mga documentary evidence, no? Yung pong secondary evidence, yung po yung natanong noong aming kapanahunan, no? Ano ang tanong sa amin noon? Ang tanong doon sa amin noon is, what is the evidence which shows that the better evidence exists? Di ba? So, ebidensya na magpapakita na may mas maganda pang ebidensya. Siyempre, yung secondary kasi meron pang primary or best evidence, no? Best evidence, it affords the greatest certainty of the fact in a question, no? Example lang po yan, pinakasimpleng example, yung pong original, yung po yung mga primary or best evidence. Yung pong mga photocopy, no? Ay yung po ay secondary evidence. Okay? So maraming salamat sa inyong walang kawang pakikinig mga kapangarap. Patuloy lang po kayo na sumubaybay para sa ika-6 na bahagi ng subject, the Special Crime Investigation. See you!